Hello and welcome to the channel. Don't forget to give this video the thumbs up and share the link to this video around your social media feeds. You may have noticed that in the first After Gaza video I ignored discussing what I suggest should happen in the immediate aftermath of the genocide. That was a deliberate act because I don't feel it's a Westerner's right to dictate what should happen to Israel and Palestine. But I do think we need to think about what suggested steps need to happen without the clouding effect of the highly emotional state inherent in being a perpetrator or victim of genocidal acts. So, with that in mind, here are my initial thoughts on what needs to be done in the immediate aftermath of the genocide, and they are in no particular order. All Hamas fighters suspected of being instrumental in the 7th October attack and all Israelis who are suspected of having committed genocide, war crimes and crimes against humanity should be arrested and put on trial at the International Criminal Court for their crimes. Maximum possible sentences should be passed for those found guilty. Hostages and prisoners on both sides of the conflict should be released. A more controversial suggestion here is that Israel should be returned to the 1967 borders agreed to by the Palestinians, with the following addition: a strip of land that connects the Gaza Strip to the West Bank and all land to the south of that strip of land. All illegal Israeli settlements should be emptied of Israeli settlers and the homes given to the displaced Palestinians. Reparations to be paid by Israel to Palestine, minus reparations for the attack of the 7th of October. The amount of reparations to be paid by both sides to be determined by a commission of neutral states. Demilitarization of Israel, including their nuclear weapons, to be undertaken by a multinational force of neutral states. Israel must pay for the excess land they were gifted by Western states for the formation of Israel, given that the land was given without regard to the Palestinian claim to the land and disproportionately in relation to the number of Jewish settlers moving there compared with the indigenous Palestinian population at the time. The states involved with the gifting of the Palestinian land for the creation of the State of Israel must also pay a proportion of the cost of the excess land. Israel and its allies must pay for and help rebuild the Gaza Strip and the land that is returned to the Palestinians. A multi-Middle Eastern state armed force should be created to secure the new borders of Palestine, and neutral states will provide an armed force to protect the new borders of Israel. Those individuals convicted of war crimes, crimes against humanity, or genocide to be stripped of their ability to travel outside the borders of their respective country. Israelis will be given the option of staying within the new borders of Israel or emigrate unless they have been convicted of genocide, war crimes, or crimes against humanity. Individuals and companies in foreign states that are suspected of complicity in Israel's genocide to be arrested and held accountable for their complicity. The State of Palestine to be recognized by the international community under the new borders it will have. The same will apply to Israel, but it will only be recognized under its new borders. Arms sales to Israel to be stopped immediately. and there should be a reduced level of diplomacy between Israel and other states to reflect its pariah status for a number of years to be determined by a committee of neutral states. I know that these measures seem disproportionately aimed at Israel, but there have to be severe consequences to committing genocide so that every state on earth understands that never again means exactly that. Hamas should be held accountable for their war crimes too, but the response by Israel to the Hamas attack on the 7th of October was completely disproportionate. The measures I've suggested here, however, are proportionate to the severity of the crimes committed by the IDF. Israelis who were against the genocide will not suffer any punishment except perhaps having to move from where they live if it comes within the new borders of Palestine, and they should receive reparations from the state of Israel to compensate them, or they may be able to stay within the borders of Palestine if they can come to some peaceful agreement with the Palestinians. However, there should be an organisation formed of members from neutral states to keep the peace in any areas where Israelis who elect to stay within the new borders of Palestine live, to ensure there is no conflict. Don't forget to click the like button, share this video on your social media feeds, and feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section below this video. If you'd like to see more content from me, why not subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you know when a new video or community post has been added. And I hope to see you all again soon.